So Donald Trump has repeatedly talked about his tariff plan and how it's great for the government. It's going to eventually be a way to replace federal income tax. We just had tax day a couple days ago. And how it's going to do so good and that we're bringing in over $2 billion a day because of his tariffs. And it's such a great plan. Well, in the Independent, there was an article today talking about these tariffs and the money brought in, and they talked to a spokesman from Customs and Border Enforcement, which is the group that handles tariffs. Now, Donald Trump has said he wants to create an external revenue service to strike fear into foreign countries to make them pay the tariffs, but we don't need it. It's something we already have. Again, Customs handles tariffs. And they're saying that his tariffs have only brought in $21 billion since the beginning of his administration. Now, that is less than $250 million a day based on that information, which means we are significantly short of that $2 billion a day goal by that's like an eighth, under an eighth of what he has promised. So Donald Trump isn't even hitting the goals he's putting out with the numbers he has in front of him. He's making up what he wants to tell the American people, which is typical of Donald Trump. He wants things to go his way to make it sound better than it really is. So these tariffs aren't bringing in nearly the money that he says into the American coffers. It's not going to be enough to offset the taxes that we already pay, not at the rate he's going anyway. And it's also caused market instability as the market is trending down again. And every day it's volatile. Some days it's up, some days it's down. Today again, the Dow Jones was down a little over 500 points. This up and down isn't good for consumer confidence. It affects buying. People aren't buying things as much because they're afraid of how much it's going to cost because of the tariffs. And now, because of his trade war with China, we're up to 245% tariffs on stuff coming in from China. Now, the Republicans or the MAGAs are going to sit there and cheer, oh, it's so good for business, it's good for business. There are things we can't make here that have to come from China that are now just more expensive. And when we're up to 240%, those things that used to cost 5 are now costing up to 12.5 at this point. Just simple math for you there. This is ridiculous. His tariffs aren't working. They're not doing what he's claiming, but he's going to stick to it until he can find some way to scapegoat it off to somebody else about how bad of an idea it was, and he can move to something else to make him look like a winner.